Hey, what's up? This is Nikhil with another edition of Outside the Ropes. I'm going to be talking about the heavyweight matchup we have coming up on September 26th. Chris Areola versus Vitaly Klitchko. This is going to be a great match. You got two good heavyweights, two strong punchers with good knockout records. Chris Areola's undefeated coming into the fight, and he's looking to become the first Mexican American heavyweight champion. And Vitaly Klitschko, he's the champion right now. He's been champion for a while. Him and his brother have been dominating the heavyweight division, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this all turns out. I'm gonna first start talking about Chris Areola. Okay, he's undefeated so far. Like I said, his most memorable fight for me was against Travis Walker, where he actually got dropped, but he showed that he can keep his cool and his composure. He got up and he knocked Walker down two times, and then ended up knocking him down, knocking him out in the very next round. It was a good fight for him, a good test, because Walker, he wasn't no pushover. He had a good knockout record itself and pretty big guy. So that was a good test that Chris Areola passed. And also he fought Jamil McCline, who actually just got robbed in his previous fight versus Samuel Peter, the Nigerian Nightmare. I believe that Jamil McCline won that fight. I don't know if you guys saw it or what you guys think about it, but I think that Jamil was definitely the victor in that fight, but he didn't get the decision, which is not a surprise. That type of thing has been going on for years in boxing. So anyway, it wasn't the same McCline that we seen against Areola, because I believe that once he got robbed in the Samuel Peters fight, he probably gave up hope, on his career, because he's not a young guy. He's pretty up there in age. So, I believe that he just showed up to get a paycheck, which there's nothing wrong with that. It was another knockout victory for Chris Areola, and there's really not anybody really else big on his resume, which is why I'm like, crystal ball, crystal ball, crystal ball. Man, you chose the worst possible heavyweight to go against right now at this point. I mean, I would have liked to see him go up against, maybe David Hay or a Samuel Peters, or a Eddie Chambers or somebody else first before you get to the biggest goddamn heavyweight that's there right now, the toughest one that's there. Even Vladimir, I would have been more happier to see him go that route first, just to get another good name, work with his nutritionist, on his physique and his shape and all that stuff first, before he decided to just jump right in there and be eager to become a champion right now. There's plenty of time. I would have liked to see him do a couple more fights, but anyway, he's got some good combination punching. He's got good head-body combinations. He's got an excellent left hook, and his favorite combination from that I like from him is his left uppercut, right cross. You best believe if he lands that uppercut, you're going to get hit with that right hand when you're in there with Chris Areola. And very strong puncher. And Vitaly, he's got a strong jab. He's got good head movement, and he's got a strong right hand. And he keeps his hands low. I don't know if that's really a weakness of Vitaly, because by keeping his hands low, he makes it impossible for his opponents to get low when they need to get away, because he's throwing his jabs upwards and he's also throwing his hook upwards, sort of like how Oscar De La Hoya throws his hook. I don't know if you guys noticed that, peep that out. He keeps his hands low, but he makes it impossible for his opponents to get down there to get away. So I'm not sure if that's a weakness. I think, man, in a heavyweight match, man, in that division especially, you need to keep your hands up. But I think he's confident enough in his good head movement that he keeps, his hands low. That's part of his style. And I think his weakness is in the clinch. When he clinches, let's say that he puts his left hand around the back of your neck and pulls you in, he drops his right hand all the way down and he doesn't really protect himself. So all you have to do really is what Lennox Lewis did, is start throwing that left hook. Because that's when, even though I believe Vitaly beat the shit out of Lennox Lewis, I mean, he beat the fuck out of him for the first 4 rounds. And then once I think Lennox realized, or maybe Emmanuel Stewart told him, like, look, when he's grabbing you, he's not protecting himself. And then that's when he really started working good on when Vitaly would clinch him. So that's something that Areolla needs to pay attention to. I hope he's doing that. Areola's weakness is his head movement. He doesn't really move his head that well. He does keep his hands up, but that's not going to really go too far with him against Vitaly Klitchko, because Vitaly is strong enough that he's going to punch through your gloves. He's going to get his jab through, and then he's going to puncture through your gloves with his right hand, and then it's going to be night time if you don't work on your head movement. So I hope that's something that he's working on. I hope he's working on working in the clinch as well, because I've never really seen anybody really try to clinch with Areola. But Vitaly is going to do that once he gets inside. He's going to clinch, and hopefully, instead of Areola trying to pull out like he did against Walker, trying to just get out of the clinch, hopefully he'll realize that he can actually do some valuable work inside the clinch with Vitaly, because he doesn't protect himself. And that's pretty much what I think Vitaly's weakness is. I already said Areola's weakness. And another Areola weakness is that when he throws his jab, he does return it a little bit too low, which is going to get him hit with that left hook at that upward angle that Vitaly Klitchko had that I talked about. So he needs to return his jab back to his face, work on his head movement. You're already good on the inside, but work on the clinch, because he's going to grab you. He's not just going to stand chest to chest. He's going to grab you. And, I hope you're ready for that. So that's my thoughts on the fight, man. I hope Chris Areola wins, of course, because I want him to bring the championship back to the United States. And I want him to make history, in my lifetime. It'll be the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion. It's something that I want. But as far as prediction is concerned, I don't know, man. I don't think that it's going to happen for him right now, man. I think that he got a little bit too eager to jump in here, man, and I think that he's going to end up paying for it. Like I say, I wish he had gotten a little bit more, a couple more fights in before he decided to go here. But it's too late now. He already signed it. I know he's not, I know he's got heart. I know he's not a punk, or he's not going to back down out of a fight or anything like that. But I wouldn't have called you a punk if you had to turn this fight down right now. I mean, if you lose, hopefully you don't wind up like the rest of the heavyweights who lose to the Klitschko and just disappear in the thin air. Because I have not seen the boxing banker. I have not seen him since he got knocked out by Vladimir Klitschko. I have not seen him anywhere. Can anybody tell me where this man is? I have not seen him. It's like he just gave up hope. With the rest of the heavyweights, you get knocked out. So hopefully, if you do lose the fight, hopefully you can bounce back and go and fight some of the other guys that I mentioned before and work your way back up to him again. But I'm gonna go with Vitaly on this one. I'm gonna say it's gonna be an 8th round knockout. And that's my thoughts on it. You guys leave me your comments. Let me know what you guys think. And till the next time, man, y'all breathe easy. All right?